All right. Welcome to the live stream. Tonight I'm going to be playing some Pat Riley basketball for the Sega Genesis. I am using a real cartridge and a real Model 1 Sega Genesis using a 6-button controller, my controller of choice. This is just me playing a game I haven't played in a while. I'm not like a super genius at this game. I haven't played this game in years, so I might fail pretty badly, but I am going to do that. So Pat Riley basketball, Pikachu's here talking about, not sure who Pat Riley is because Pikachu's from Europe. And Pat Riley was a player for the Lakers back in the 70s, not like a superstar, I don't think. But then he became the coach of the Lakers, won 4 championships with Magic, Johnson, and Kareem. And he coached the Knicks, and then he went to Miami where he was a coach and coached them to a championship with LeBron, I believe. And he now runs the Miami Heat. He's not a coach right now. So I think that is the Pat Riley nutshell. But this came at a time when Sega was getting a bunch of licensed people to do their sport games, like Tommy Lasorda, who was the coach of the LA Dodgers. So two like LA people, big market people, and then Joe Montana, San Francisco 49ers, did some football for them. And I'm trying to remember who else there was who did stuff. Mario Lemieux, Pittsburgh Penguins. Alpha Omega's here as well. Nicholas is here, and Winter's Lair is here. So welcome everybody. So let's go ahead and play some Pat Riley. This is a very early release. Very, very early. Kind of a first generation sport title. 1990, the Genesis came out in 89, so pretty much its first year of existence. See, Pikachu says people outside America cared about basketball for a couple years in the early 90s. Even then, it was mostly just about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was something else. So let's go ahead. One player. Let's take it easy. And let's try a tournament. And of course, I have to be Detroit because I grew up near Detroit. The Detroit Jets makes no sense. The Seattle Bears, New York Busters, the LA Hoops, Dallas Wings, Denver Jammers, Boston Bashers, Houston Rebels. So Robert's here. Welcome, Robert. So of course, this is all fictitious teams and fictitious players. So the big thing about this game when it came out was that you had these close-up shots that were really cool. Like that, you know. Kind of like Double Dribble a little bit, right? This game does remind me a little bit of Double Dribble. Or I'm sorry, Double Dribble. Alright, let's get this going. Let's see if I can jam it. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Oh, I got a foul or something. Okay, let's see. Wow. So I have to stop it in the red, and I did anything but. There we go. That's dead on. Got my it's a 1-0 game. How exciting, folks. I guess it was kind of fitting to do this now because, like, you know, the playoffs, I think, are going on. Being a Detroit fan, I really don't care about the playoffs this year, but I am glad that Detroit got the first pick in the lottery draft. So I guess Cade Cunningham or something like that is going to be the consensus pick. There we go. Don't know why I'm losing my voice a little bit. Maybe I'm a little parched. Let's try for a 3. Ooh, that's nice. Don't know if I like the creamsicle orange colors of Detroit. So you could try to block it just like you do. Make it, try stopping the red. Oh, stole and I stole it back. No defense tonight, everybody. Man, these quarters are going to be long. I might just play a round. And just do a little jump shot. That didn't do much. Let's go for 3. We rimmed it. And then we slam it in. Ooh, and he's breaking away. Kind of crawling away. Let's see what's going on in the chat really quickly. Let's see. David's here. Dustin's here. Wishing everyone a safe 4th of July weekend. Pikachu can name 4 players: Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird. Yeah. Yep. Those were some of the classics right there. Isaiah Thomas was big for me because he was a Piston, but those names are more popular. Man, Shaq's been everywhere. Shaq has been everywhere. Yeah, Space Jam. Kamchia's here. Yeah, they really went into sport games, which was really kind of smart because teenage boys are into sports. You know, in Madden, the Madden series was huge. Yeah, the ball is as big as the players. Stargrew's here. This is not the only basketball game I own for the Genesis, but I have a soft spot for these first generation releases. I have a lot of the EA games like Lakers versus Celtics. I have NBA Jam, but I wanted to try this one out. This is better than today's NBA. Let's see. Pikachu thinks the new Space Jam movie is going to flop. I'm not sure. I'm not looking forward to seeing LeBron James. Michael Jordan was once in a player, but Space Jam has like a cult following, so maybe the name alone. Jerome is here. Ryan's here. Let's keep playing. All right. Got caught up on the chat. Let's see if I can steal the ball that is big as my torso. Oh, that was an ugly shot. He's heating up. Good man's here. Welcome. Ooh. Steal. Let's go for 3. There we go. They took a timeout. They can't take the pressure. I wonder what... Now I did... I'm trying to remember if I rented this or if my neighbor had this and I borrowed it from him. I'm trying to remember. It was one or the other. I did not own this game growing up. Ooh, nice block. But I know I played through it. I just can't remember how long the tournament lasts. Ooh, that was not good. I can't even see there. It's just a mass of people. And when you get the ball, it's like you're walking on glue. How slowly you walk. Here we go. Would be cool if you could break the glass like you can in like one-on-one basketball and NBA Jam. I don't know who that dude is, but I think he scored a bunch of points for me. We'll have to see when the quarter's over what the stats say, because I think you can see the stats. Or maybe half, I don't know. Maybe I should not have picked easy. Maybe easy is too easy. But you know what? Detroit's winning. Maybe Detroit's just that good. Can't buy a bucket. I'm like thinking NBA Jam quotes as I play this game. I did do a live stream a couple months ago of NBA Jam, winning the championship or beating the 27th team. It's like an elderly person with a walker is how fast they walk when they have the ball. Not that the people really move fast in this game, but I guess it also makes sense when you have a ball that's the size of your body, you can't go too fast. Look at this long three. All right. I like the 16-bit in the corner. So let's see. 14 points. Rains. He's making it rain. James has 5. West should not be shooting. We have Grass and Brooks with 7 each. We're doing really good. Let's see. Let's go back. I like the sport games that made up team names. I recently got a copy of Bulls versus Blazer in the box for $3. Yeah, those EA sport games for the most part you can get pretty cheap. Don't ask me why the basketball's so big. Remember enjoying David Robinson's basketball. That would be the follow-up to this game. Oh, San Antonio Spurs are their favorite team. Love their competence and humility combo, even post Big Three. I was a big David Robinson fan. He was like my favorite player outside of Pistons. I had Slam and Jam on the 3DO, fun arcade style. Yeah, Slam and Jam had Van Earl Wright. One of the Slam and Jam games had Van Earl Wright, who for a while was the Detroit sports guy on one of the local news stations. He had like this great voice, like really sports guy voice. Go-To's here, welcome. Jerome has a newer version of NBA Jam and it's fun, he says. Arch Rivals, yes, I actually thought about that. I don't have the Genesis version, but I have played it, and I have it on a Midway Arcade Treasures, which someday I'll hook up the GameCube and play Midway Arcade Treasures for a live stream perhaps. WWJD is here as well. Okay, let's see if we can finish this game. Yeah, this team's no match for me right now. I remember enjoying NBA Street. I think I had NBA Street, I forget which one, on the GameCube, one of the NBA Street games. That was pretty fun too. Of course, now it's like Electronic Arts owns every sports franchise, or a lot of them. At least they did. I don't know if it's changed. I haven't kept up with modern gaming for the most part. And I do have the Double Dribble game for the Genesis, Championship Edition or something like that, Playoff Edition. I don't know if it's any good. And I did not grow up with Double Dribble, and I did review it a long time ago, and I don't remember it being like, this game is amazing. It was like, okay, but I think on the NES, kids liked it because of the big graphics. Before I forget, because I keep forgetting, I wanted to ask you guys who are watching, how do you find out about the live stream? Is it just from YouTube notifications? Is it from Twitter, Facebook, or the Discord? I'm curious how people find out the most, because I do try and let Twitter, Facebook, and the Discord know when I'm doing a live stream, but because of my because of the kids and everything, I can't just say, oh, I'm going to live stream tonight, at a certain time. I have to just be flexible and wait till everyone's in bed and all that stuff. And then I live stream. So it's always kind of last minute. So I want to know how people actually find out about the live stream. So let me know in the comments if you will. I would greatly appreciate that. Oops. I get an assist on that one. I gave an assist on that one. But when the Genesis first came out, these graphics seemed amazing. Not this part, it was okay, but those close-ups. Traveling? Thought I released the button. They're making a comeback. They cut the lead to 20 points, 24 points. Look at that. They're heating up. Oh, another steal. Let's get a basket here. Let's break their momentum. This is like a college game. College basketball's like that where, you know, teams are real streaky. Like one team will go on like a 10-2 run, and then the other team will come back and score 9 points in a row, and then that's what it feels like right now. I'm not a big college. I don't really watch a lot of basketball, honestly. Like if one of my teams aren't in it, if the Pistons are doing really well or the Wolverines, I might watch a little bit. Let's see what's going up. Let's see. Wow, we got a lot of chat going on. Let's see. Lakers and Celtics came along and blew everything away. I was bummed that the Pistons never got to be in one of those titles. They skipped over the Pistons 2 championships. Hoops on the NES. I don't know if I have that one. Oh, Winter Slayer is a Pistons fan from Canada. Was a Grizzly fan when they were in Vancouver. Worst team ever. I enjoyed watching Hockey Night in Canada on the CBC over the air in Michigan. Louis here. Still recovering from Last Action Hero. Jake is here. Have I ever played Shaq Fu or Michael Jordan in Chaos in the Windy Cities? I played a little bit of Shaq Fu, and I know of those games, but I haven't played them. One day I'll get into Shaq Fu because it's so bad. But I did do a review of Shaq Fu Punch. I remember when I found that in the store and I reviewed that. Someone knew David Robinson during the Naval Academy. Yeah, he was the admiral. Let's see, Discord, YouTube, Discord, YouTube and Twitter, YouTube. Just happened to see the live stream on this homepage. So it looks like YouTube is the biggest notifications. The 3D Super Nintendo basketball. Are you thinking about NCAA basketball? I think I think they had Nintendo made an NCAA game that was like all mode 7. Bill Lambier's basketball. I don't have that, but if I get it, I'd play it. All right. Yeah, NCAA basketball. I was right. And I don't have that game, but I wouldn't mind getting it someday just because I remember playing that. I kid you not. I think in a Kmart. They had it on display because they were pushing it pretty heavy. And I think my friend may have got it. Maybe I played it at his house too. I did not have a Super Nintendo growing up, but my buddy did. And honestly, I'm not a big fan in general of NCAA games because, you know, you can't have there's no real players. So I always prefer the pros with real players if I'm playing a sport game. But like I said, I have a soft spot for these early Sega Genesis sport titles. I don't know why. They're not that great, but there's just something about the early days that, I don't know. Maybe it brings me back because I was a pretty early adopter to the Genesis. When I bought my Genesis, it came with Altered Beast, and they had a deal where you could get one game free, and most of the game choices were sport titles. I think it was like maybe Super Monaco GP, I can't remember. Maybe Pat Riley or Tommy Lasorda. James Buster Douglas Boxing. I chose James Buster Douglas Boxing just because of the graphics and the commercials, how big the characters looked. I was like, that's really cool. But I kind of wish I held out for Joe Montana football, but that was delayed, so I may have gotten a second choice because it was one of those things where put down your first choice and put down your second. So my first 2 games for the Genesis were Altered Beasts and Buster Douglas Boxing. Oh, we got a halftime show. Which they did something like this in some of the Master System games, I remember. They had a halftime show. I think it was the Great Football, which I reviewed. And they're quintuplets. I haven't checked out Looney Tunes Basketball. Sounds like a game I would be interested in. Yep, NHL Stanley Cup for the Super Nintendo was similar. Mode 7, just all the way. Sport game. I'm sorry, Seattle fans. I'm sorry that I'm beating this team so badly, and I'm sorry that you lost the Supersonics, because it seems like Seattle's a good sport town to a degree. I know, like, I heard, like, was it the Sounders, the soccer team there, actually has a pretty loyal fan base following, and you got the Mariners. Are they still owned by Nintendo? Can't remember if Nintendo still owns the Mariners or not. I know they did. And then, of course, you got Ken Griffey Jr., you know, all those games for the Super Nintendo and Game Boy and stuff. Nintendo 64. See, can he do it? Look at that, that's nice. Let's see. Oh, Joe Montana fan. I was a Joe Montana fan too, because I was a Sega guy and he was like Mr. Sega. So when he went to the Chiefs, I was like, okay, I like the Chiefs. Like, not as good as the Lions, but I like them, so. And I really enjoyed the Sport Talk games. I should play one of those one of these nights. Yeah, Pikachu's talking about some early titles, Space Harrier 2 and Super Thunderblade, which were both good games. They were not choices, though, for my Get Free game. They were all sports. I think maybe Columns was another one. I don't know. Seattle's getting an NHL team. The Kraken, is that going to be their name? That's kind of interesting. The Kraken. I guess it's an okay name. I remember when the Sharks became a team. And for a while, they even had a female goaltender, at least during like the preseason, who actually played with the team. I remember that was kind of big news. And when the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim came, you know, totally Disneyfied. Now they're just the Ducks, I think. The one nice thing about Easy is I can glance over from time to time and look at the comments and not miss anything I'm discovering, because it's pretty slow and I have a big lead. TV Sports Basketball, yes. And of course the TV Sport games were also on the TurboGrafx 16. NBA Give and Go. It sounds familiar. What systems was that on? It sounds familiar. I did have was it Slam and Jam or whatever? I had one of them for the for the Saturn. I know it came on the 3DO first. Okay, so it was Manon Rayum. I'm probably slaughtering her name. Sounds French or French Canadian, and she played in an exhibition. But I remember her because in one of my schools growing up, someone had a poster of her in her Tampa Bay, not Tampa Bay, right? The Tampa Bay. Oh, it was the Lightning. That's it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said the Sharks. Had her in her gear. You know, I guess, you know, as like an inspirational kind of poster. James Earl Wright, yep. Or is it Van Earl? I thought it was Van Earl Wright. I know he had a radio show too for a while. Oh, I just changed the defense without realizing it. Not that I need to. Looks like I'm going to be getting over 100 points in this game unless something crazy happens. I'm really curious. I'm guessing that you have to complete the tournament in a sitting? That's crazy. Because this is taking a long time just to complete a game. If you could adjust the length of the quarter, which I think you can for the exhibition version, which I might play a quick exhibition game after this game. Amp up the difficulty and see what happens. Let's see. How long will they let me just hold on to the ball? Let's see if they do anything. Yeah, 5-second violation. Favorite game is Speedball 2. I'm assuming now, do you mean the Genesis port or the like original computer game? I played it. Powerball, which is a similar style game, is one of my favorite games on the Genesis growing up. Look at that. I just passed it to myself. Assist. Yeah, I did a basketball Atari 2600 on the live stream. Double Dunk I'm not familiar with. I've played it a few times, but I need to learn the rules a little bit more. NBA Hang Time. I think I used to have that at one point when I had a Nomad. In college, I bought a Nomad. And I got a bunch of used Genesis games, and one of them was that I think it was the Hang Time, because it was like NBA Jam but updated, but it wasn't NBA Jam, if that makes sense, because they like split. Yeah, there was a Real Sports Baseball. That was okay. Real Sports Football was impressive for the 2600. So was Real Sports Boxing. Look at that block. Look at, oh. Well, that was hilarious. This is a medicine ball. Did you see that? I passed and missed him and it just stuck to the ground. It didn't bounce. It stuck to the ground. Here's some fireworks in the background. People getting ready to celebrate the 4th a little bit early. Which I'm with kids. When you have kids and you're trying to get them to bed and it's not the 4th of July, I'm not a huge fan of the fireworks going off late at night on like the 3rd. And honestly, on the 4th, it's like, okay, once it hits midnight, please stop. So I can get the kids to bed. When you're a parent, things change. Mutant League games, they were good. NBA Hang Time made Comchia become the very sweary gamer. That's hilarious. Yeah, Real Sports Basketball wasn't released. Well, I think they released it on a couple compilations, maybe, or a flashback or something. I want to say got a release, but it didn't get it. Not during the original life of the 2600. It didn't get a release. And the NHL series on the Genesis was like my favorite series growing up. Me and my buddies really enjoyed playing that. Of course, it helps that, you know, I grew up in Hockey Town. Detroit was big into hockey during those times. Got to see the Red Wings end like a 50-plus year drought and win the Stanley Cup. That was not in person, but I mean on TV. But man, people were excited. Literally dancing in the streets when the Wings won the Cup. Nicholas likes just regular old baseball in the NES. Remember playing that in the arcade. Oh, I meant to pass. I was like, why is he holding on to it? This guy kind of looks like Larry Bird from behind when he does that. And I think I have David Robinson's Supreme Court. And then they call it like NBA Action or something after that, featuring David Robinson. Do I think the Lightning are going to sweep? I'd be all for it because they're my secondary team. I'm a Red Wings guy first, but I lived in Florida for a while, so really, you know, gave the Lightning like my second position in my heart, I guess you'd say, and was happy that Steve Yzerman from the Wings helped build their team to become Stanley Cup contenders, and now he's back with the Red Wings trying to do the same with Detroit. So I'm happy for the Lightning. Let's go Bolts. Okay, I won. Look at my guys. They're all happy. Ugh. So you have to keep playing. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Could you imagine that? Because let's see. So they're going through the first round right now. That's a lot of games, and you don't get like a save or anything. No way to adjust it. That is horrible. Okay, let's do really quick exhibition game on a higher difficulty. When Comchia lived in San Antonio during the 2007 and 14 championship victories, horns and fireworks went off. Is one of those ones where they beat the Pistons? I think it might be. I know Manu Ginobili was just really... Now you can be a fan of the Stars and the Blackhawks. Totally fine. Sorry. So I don't have time to do a full game. So I want to do a hard game. And we'll do Detroit. Well, how do you... Okay, I gotta see something. Sorry, my throat. Let's see. I have the manual here. Oh, if you want to see the options screen first, press A, B, or C and says start. What kind of craziness is that? That is insane. Now you can be a Predators fan. Let's try this. So this whole time I could have made it shorter and I didn't know it. I even... 5-minute game. Normal or slow. Animation test. Look at that. You can see all the cool things that they showed in the commercial. Oh, that's a cool one I didn't see. Except he missed. He bricked it. Okay, I can't get out of the animation test. I guess you have to watch him. Oh my goodness. I can't do this? Spurs beat the Pistons in 2005. Okay. What kind of test doesn't let you I hope they don't do this for every character in every color uniform. Okay. Oh, and it gets out. Okay, let's see. 5 minutes. I could have done a tournament if I knew that, but let's try a hard... Let's do a hard, match against... We'll go against LA. Probably the strongest. Oh, they don't give me a choice. Okay, let's see how bad it is. I might get slaughtered now. Oh, they're already putting much of a challenge. Yep, they're already got a lead. Oh, look at this. Yeah, when the Pistons beat the Lakers in 2004, that was like the national news, sports news didn't know what to say because it wasn't supposed to happen. Man, this is definitely much harder. They're stealing the ball like crazy. Holy smokes. Now I know what it feels like to be Seattle in the last game. Look at this. Insane, insane, insane. Can I get a basket? Yes, I can. Oh, Chauncey Billups is the Blazers head coach. Good for him. Him and Rip Hamilton really helped us out. And then when we got Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, that was a special team. Okay, let's try it on normal just to see what happens. Did I not select a difficulty? Let's try this again. No, this has no license. And Pat Riley only appears... He only appears on the title screen. He's not even the coach for LA. There was a Harlem Globetrotters game on the NES, I want to say. Anybody remember when the Globetrotters met Scooby-Doo? I remember them being on a Scooby-Doo episode. Now, some of you know, I've collected VidPro cards. Those are the cards that if you went to like Toys R Us, they'd hang on the wall so that, you know, they wouldn't have cases and you'd flip them over and then use a ticket to buy games. So the games would be in a locked area, less likely to get stolen. I have a VidPro card for Pat Riley Basketball for the Sega Master System, which never got released. It was in the works, but it never came out. So I have a prototype card, or I should say a card of a prototype or a game that unreleased. Probably more accurate. Judging by the screenshots, there's definitely a prototype somewhere. This is much more challenging. This is right up my alley. The problem is I get the ball and then I run slower than a sloth and I can't move. There we go. I forgot to shorten the time, didn't I? I did, because I reset it. Yeah, Pat Riley was just for America. For America. It's just so weird to see Boston in Laker yellow. Like, I know you can't call them the Lakers, but a lot of companies, they would still give them the same color as the national team. You know, so Detroit wouldn't be the Pistons, but they would have them in like blue with some red trim or something. This free throw mechanic I don't like. Got a good game going on here. I don't think I'll play the whole thing. I'm getting tired a little bit. So I might just play to the end of the quarter. No, you don't. Yes, Globetrotters were on Gilligan's Island. Was that a movie, like a TV movie and not episodes? I want to say that was like a made-for-TV movie, like after the series went off the air. And I know that there's like a movie that they made afterwards where they actually got off the island and got rescued finally. See, maybe next time I'll see if I can do one of those under the hoop jam things. If I can. It's going to require me getting ahead. Let's see if we can do this. There we go. That's cool. I like that animation. Yep, Buster Douglas was Final Blow. Boxing by Taito. In the arcades. And they just put Buster in it. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. So, let's see. I think I got caught up on the chat. I want to thank you guys for joining this. This was interesting, you know, playing one of these early Genesis sport titles. I think it's like cool to kind of look back and see how they all began. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead, click like and subscribe if you haven't already. You could join the Discord server. That'd be really cool as well. You can follow me on Twitter and the Facebook. But otherwise, thanks for joining. Have a wonderful night. I will see you next time.